What is up, everyone? Welcome to chapter 1 inside of what is hopefully the last course that you will ever need, because this really is everything that you need to become wildly financially successful, take back your freedom, and live the life that you deserve. So, this course is going to be broken down into 7 different chapters, and I'll always have the resources on the left side of the screen here, and you can actually download that below this video. Then on the right side, I'm going to be showing what I'm talking about inside of the PDFs here. So right now, it's the private family Facebook group because, yet again, I'm trying to remind you as much as I possibly can to actually join this. And so if you guys want to follow along on YouTube, my Facebook page, my Instagram account, my website, and of course, the private family Facebook group, which I strongly encourage every single one of you to join, even if you don't have Facebook, get it just for this, and just trust me, you will not regret it. So the first chapter, and again, this course is going to be organized into 7 different chapters. The first chapter is choosing your channel niche. You got to choose what you want to actually make your first cash cow channel about. And there's actually some pretty useful ways to choose something that has the highest likelihood of being successful. Evergreen topics that never go out of style, estimated time to complete 1 week. And I'm including an estimated time to complete in each chapter to kind of give you a perspective, because if you're working a full-time job, you have a family of 8, and you only have an hour a week to spend on the course, then it's probably going to take you longer than a week to finish chapter 1. And these aren't like stick with it to the death timelines, but more so just what to realistically expect out of yourself. And so if you have a lot of time on your hands, maybe you'll blow through the entire chapter in less than a day. It's totally up to you, but just make sure that you don't rush through it. And I'm going to be reading these beautiful PDFs, which we have for each chapter, and some people are going to interpret that like, well, why in the world is he even recording the videos? He already made everything in the PDFs. Why is he just reading them? Well, the reason is there's a lot of things that I can't really show well in PDF form, and also some people, if you're like me, you hate reading, right? You'd rather watch and listen. And also, some of the PDFs are over 100 pages long, so I'm sure many of you would rather listen than read all that. So one of the most important steps to creating your first cash cow YouTube channel is choosing the right niche, because if you choose the wrong niche, then all the work you're going to do is going to go towards the wrong thing. And it doesn't matter how high you climb the ladder if the ladder is leaned against the wrong building. So we're going to make sure from the very beginning that your ladder is leaning against the right building. And so I like to start off every chapter with a quote. Quotes are really a good way to create memorable little snippets in the human mind, because the human mind is very irrational, right? But it's predictably irrational. And what I mean by that is the human brain is trained and has evolved over time to think in stories. And generally, popular quotes have become popular quotes because they have a profound impact and are more memorable in the human brain because they express a large, important topic in a very concise way. So the first quote I want to start off with is, "Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one." And I know it's a simple quote, but it's important to understand, because when you're selecting a niche for your channel, it really doesn't matter how much you like it. It only matters how much the viewers on YouTube like it. So if you pick a niche that has low interest on YouTube, that nobody's watching a lot of videos about, then you're screwed. Because if you like a niche like, let's say, baseball, it may be easier for you to do the work because you're going to be more interested in that niche. But really, it's not going to be easier once you discover all the downsides of getting into that niche. And so that's why sometimes the right path, or in this case the right niche, isn't going to be the easiest one, because if you're not interested in a certain niche, it's going to be a little harder for you to be motivated to put the work in. But you just have to remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you like, it matters what the audience on YouTube likes. So why do you even need to choose a niche? Well, to understand that, first of all, you got to understand something that every single cash cow YouTube channel has in common. And that's that they only upload one topic per channel, right? They aren't posting videos about business, tech, fishing, basketball, camping, all on one channel. They're posting one thing only. And why do they do that? Because most people who subscribe to a channel, or even before they subscribe to a channel, they look at the channel, and if there's all kinds of different topics, it's not even the same. They're seeing top 10 fishing moments, top 10 biggest buildings in the world, top 10 weirdest foods. they're not as likely to actually subscribe to that channel and continue watching more of your videos, because most people only want to see one thing and one thing only. Because what happens if somebody who likes fishing videos clicks onto your channel and you also have business videos? What if they don't like business videos? Guess what? They're not going to come back to your channel and watch more videos. And of course, there are a few channels that upload every type of video there is: top 10 fastest cars, top 10 biggest houses, top 10 most expensive things people own, top 10 biggest mansions. But it's just not a good idea to start a channel like this anymore. It worked well back in 2015, but it's not 2015 anymore, and those days are gone. I've been uploading YouTube videos since 2014, and I've seen channels come and go, right? Those channels that upload those all kinds of scattered top 10s, they die out and they don't work as well anymore. What does work, and what works really well on YouTube today, is having a very specific niche like business, tech, scary videos, conspiracy theories, luxury. And what I've generally found is that the more specific the niche is, the easier it is to get off the ground from zero and last long term. And so if you're here to make a quick buck and get rich quick, I suggest that you go ahead and stop the course right now, because this is going to be something that will continue to produce passive income for the rest of your life. Right? We're not here to capitalize on the new flavor of the week. General top 10s are dead, and focusing on one niche per channel has made channels that existed back in 2005 when YouTube first launched, those channels are still active and producing crazy income today, right? And they started in 2005. But the reason they lasted so long is because they stuck to one thing. They weren't posting basketball videos one week and then fishing videos the next week. They focused on one niche for the entire channel, and they did not change it. And so what are you going to learn in this chapter? We're going to go over how to choose the right niche that will never go out of style, right? One that's never going to die out of interest. And we're going to validate that choice through real data. And by the end of this chapter, you will know through all kinds of research methods that I'm going to show you whether the niche that you pick is going to be a good one, or if it's something that you should not get into. And once you have these validations and have really gauged the interest of the niche properly, you're going to feel confident about putting the work into creating your first video, which is one of many that you'll be uploading to get that data that we need to further optimize the channel. And also, it's very important that you do these steps in order and understand the entire process before you actually start. And what I mean by that is this, right? I've studied everyone who's come through the program. I've looked at the people who gave up, they quit, they backed out, they thought this wasn't a good business to start, and I've also looked at the people who made it work. And the most successful students that go through this program have one thing in common, right? One thing. They watch the entire course once while taking notes and focusing on understanding the material rather than trying to memorize everything, and then they go through the course for a second time to implement the tactics and strategies, right? They watch it the first time, really just kind of getting an idea of everything, understanding everything, taking notes, and they don't actually implement this stuff until the second time going through it. And if that sounds like a lot, Dylan, oh my gosh, you're trying to make me watch this course twice? Right, it's not a 30-hour long course that's filled with a bunch of fluff. It's really to the point. No BS, no fluff. It's not going to waste your time. So trust me, right? It's going to help you with your success to go through everything the first time, absorbing the content and taking notes, and then the second time, taking action and implementing everything. And if you really want to turn this into an explosive business, then you can actually go through everything for a third time. So the goal for this entire chapter is to choose a proven evergreen niche and then post that niche inside of the private family Facebook group that you can join at the top of your page.